So I have tried a lot of to-do list trackers, and Trello has recently become my favorite, and here's why. So Trello is a free Kanban board system, and it lets you track your tasks from to do, doing, and done. This system was created as a way to create workflow and efficiency. So this is the 3 main reasons why I like using Trello, and even some research to back up why it may be the best thing to use for you. So the first reason that I like using Trello is because it can track skill-based goals over the long, medium, and short term. So in 2006, authors Locke and Latham did a summary of all the productivity literature that exists out there, and they found out the biggest predictor of success was in fact having specific skill-based goals. Now, one of the reasons that I love using Trello's board system is that it allowed me to track skill-based goals across the year, the month, the week, and the day. Mapping out your skills and breaking them down according to this timeline helps to really flesh out the step-by-step process that it takes to achieve a goal. An example of this is at the end of the year, you may want to learn how to be proficient at the guitar. Month by month, you might want to learn a new song. That would involve on a weekly basis practicing different chords, and on a daily basis you could focus on 1 or 2 chords in a particular training session. So one of my favorite things about using Trello is that I can see my yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals in the same page to remind myself of what I'm aiming towards and where I want to go. Now let's move on to the second reason that I love using Trello. A 2015 study by Gail Matthews demonstrated that people who wrote down their long-term goals and formulated plans to them were 33% more likely to be successful in achieving those long-term goals compared to those people who simply formulated these visions in their head. So this leads me into the second reason why I love using Trello, which is goal tracing. Since Trello's design allows you to create multiple lists that are right next to each other, you can see the formulation of a goal unfold right in front of you. It can be really daunting to have a big New Year's resolution in January and not really understand whether or not you are heading towards that goal appropriately. So with Trello, you can have your yearly goals right next to your monthly goals, right next to your weekly goals, right next to your daily goals, all while you're in the same page. So it allows you to see how you will progress step by step in getting closer to achieving that goal. I particularly like this about Trello because often with other apps that I have tried using, you might have different lists or separate sections for big goals and separate section for smaller goals and another for medium-sized goal. But with Trello, you have your entire board which has all of these different goals on one page. This allows you to keep excited at that long-term vision of being able to get proficient at a certain skill or complete that big project, while also seeing side by side smaller goals that will help you get there. The way you improve typically isn't by absorbing big amounts of information at a time or doing big chunks of a project at a time. Instead, commit to small progress on a daily basis. Having your big yearly goals and monthly goals right next to your daily goals can help remind you of why your actions are contributing to what you want to achieve in the long run. So a really big thing I love about goal tracing is that you can have your goals over different periods of time on the same page so you can connect the dots and understand why you're doing what you're doing. Creating checklists can be a way to hack your dopamine. Now, I heard this tip from a practicing psychologist, and she told me that she often tells her clients this because it is a way to help you get that feel-good chemical going while doing something productive. So I love this in Trello because you're able to create your daily to-do list, and within each item in your daily to-do list, each item can have its own specific checklist. So it is possible to manipulate your dopamine levels through setting small goals, tiny micro goals, and then achieving them one by one. Each time your brain senses this reward sensation associated with dopamine, it gets addicted and it wants to repeat that behavior. It will associate the behavior with reward. This is how you set up a positive feedback loop with your habits so that you learn to pick up things quickly. I find this super easy to do on Trello. So within each goal on Trello, you can create these small checklists, and often I will make them really small so I can tick something off every 15 to 20 minutes so I get a constant sense of getting work done throughout the day. An example of this is, say I want to write 200 words for my essay. For my checklist, I might write open essay document, which seems really small, but opening it up is a micro task. And then the next one may be reread essay so far, write a topic sentence, find evidence to support my point, explain that evidence, summarize my paragraph, reread paragraph. Now, this is a very specific example, and you would probably end up ticking something off every 10 minutes, but this is a good way to get in the habit of ticking something off often. Doing this can boost your dopaminergic system. This will create a feeling of reward and achievement. This is a foolproof way for creating those strong habits to emerge, for giving them a strong platform to come on board so you can accomplish all the goals that you want to. I love using Trello because it allows me to track my goals over long, medium, and short term. It allows me to see my goals that have different timelines in one page, and it allows me to create checklists within each individual item in a to-do list so that I can stay on top of my dopamine system. It just makes it a little bit easier to get your head around your habits. So that's all that I have for today, and until next time.